Welcome to Live Well, Dream Big. I'm Suzanne Monroe, founder of the International Association of Wellness Professionals, where I've been teaching people how to live a life of wellness, tap into their passion, and go for their dreams for over 15 years. I believe living well and dreaming big starts with ourselves. This podcast will show you how to create a healthy, holistic life, empower your mindset, follow your dreams, and make a big impact. Let's dive in right now. Welcome to Live Well, Dream Big. I'm excited for today's episode. Today's episode is a special type of episode, a read aloud, where I'm going to be reading aloud from my book, Live Well, Dream Big, the ultimate guide to becoming your best self and living life on your own terms. And I'm going to be sharing with you some actionable tips and tools as we go along. And really, I want to help you to avoid one of the biggest problems that I see people experiencing today: burnout. Burnout is on the rise. People are more stressed than ever. They're experiencing overwhelm and anxiety, and all of this is mounting and leading to burnout. Now, if you've heard my personal story before, then you know I'm speaking from personal experience here. So we're going to be diving into Wellness 360, which is included in this book, and we're going to be looking at the specific elements that make up Wellness 360 and applying it to burnout, so you can get on with living your best life, feeling more energized, and living well and dreaming big. So join me right now. Hi, everyone. Suzanne Monroe here. I'm excited to be doing a read aloud today from Live Well, Dream Big, the ultimate guide to becoming your best self and living life on your own terms. I'm going to be diving into a specific element that's talked about inside the book. I'm going to read aloud. We're going to have a conversation and hopefully give you some actionable tips and tools that you can use right away. So today we're focusing on the element of mindset, one of my favorite elements. And this is Wellness 360 element of mindset. If you're not familiar with Wellness 360, I encourage you to get a free copy of this book by going to iawpwellnesscoach.com/guide. And one thing we know about all the elements of Wellness 360, first is that they're all interconnected. And second is that there's 3 layers that make up every element. So we're going to break it down right now for the element of mindset. One element that's crucial to living a life from a place of well-being is mindset. But what is it exactly? Well, first of all, it's your frame of mind and how you move through the world in reaction to your own beliefs. Okay, this is important. It's your own beliefs that really make up your mindset. Mindset impacts our perception or how we perceive our lives and the events that are happening in our lives. Our thoughts are things we can't escape as they're part of the human experience. Thoughts drastically impact how we approach our lives, and the choices that we make impact our lives. Now, your mindset can have a perspective that helps you grow and transform, or it can be a mindset that really holds you back and makes you feel limited in your ability to achieving your own goals. Mindset can cause you to make unhealthy choices or see yourself as a failure. And it can help you also to, on the other end of things, be more patient or grateful or gentle toward yourself and be able to celebrate your own successes. So let's look at each layer. On the external layer of Wellness 360, mindset is kind of the simplest version of mindset. It's actually all about our brain. Okay, less about our thinking, but just about the brain itself. The brain is the master controller of our bodies. It's our perception of self and really how we experience the world around us. Our brain is constantly changing as we learn new information, practice new habits, or simply age. It's just part of life. And as we work to keep our bodies healthy, we can also keep our brains in shape. Let's talk about the internal layer of mindset. The mindset side of our brain is all about those thoughts and our mental well-being. So we kind of go one step further into that internal layer. You know, we can't escape our thoughts. They're ongoing, they're constant, but the thing is, they can also affect how we feel and how we respond. Thoughts can also determine whether or not we enjoy special moments or find pleasure in the present moment. They can also impact whether we're open to new opportunities and growth. I have a quote recently that someone shared with me, and I don't know if I'm going to get it completely right, but it's like, these are the magic days, magic years, and magic moments. And it may not feel like that, but what I love about that quote is that everything that's happening to you, if you have a certain mindset, actually can be magical, even the challenges. So I'm kind of reminded of that right now when we think about, are we even able to enjoy those special moments, right? If there's so much going on with our mindset, we might really be missing out on some of the great things that are happening around us. On the symbolic layer, our mindset represents expansion. Here we can look at our own personal growth, our ability to step into new opportunities, and even go for our dreams. Are we willing to expand and grow and evolve? Mindset work is for life, as our thoughts, experience, and health, they're all constantly in flux. So you don't just like fix this element and it's done, right? It's about continually growing with it. And so part of that means being patient with yourself. Changing your mindset is something that takes slow, consistent movement, and you're always going to find things going on in your mind that maybe need to be improved or tweaked or balanced. Let's talk about balancing our mindset and specifically some tips that you can take to balance your mindset. And if you're somebody who's experiencing burnout or stress, this can really help you. First of all, take good care of the physical brain, right? First of all, if you have a sluggish brain, like you can't think clearly, foggy thinking, this is an area to tune into, right? Because you can't work on anything other than getting through the day. So you can instead start on focusing on just your brain health, your brain wellness by eating brain foods such as walnuts or fish or protein or fruits and vegetables, right? The more we focus on foods that energize us and are good for our brain, the more energy we're actually going to have. Then keep tabs on your thought patterns. So mindset shifts, tongue twister, they require understanding where your mind is producing useful thoughts and where it is falling into unhealthy cycles. The easiest way to do this is to keep a journal of your own mindsets and moods, your own thought patterns and different things that are going on in your life. See, because the mind has different layers to it. If the subconscious mind can be running in the background all the time, we don't even really know it's kind of ruling our life, right? So by journaling or by recording, we can bring it to the forefront and bring more awareness. What happens is over time, you'll be able to slowly shift your mindset and create new healthy patterns. And then finally, empower your mindset. Might sound cliche, but you can start to pay attention to the times when you're being positive and the times when you're being negative, right? It's not about always being positive, but it's about getting curious about why you're feeling or thinking negatively, right? What's going on? What's triggering you? And notice how it triggers a cascade of other effects that usually don't help with your mindset and your life. It's not about ignoring those negative thoughts or negativity, but it's about considering what's going on. And maybe there's something going on with a different element that you need to take a look at, which is why the fourth tip is to do a wellness 360 check, right? What else could be impacting the mindset element? So if we get curious about our mindset and we do a wellness 360 check by looking at the wellness 360 wheel here, what we'll find is that oftentimes other elements are impacting our mindset. For example, let's say purpose, the element of purpose, right? It's all about feeling fulfilled and purposeful in life. And if we don't have that fulfillment coming from within, boy, that can sure affect our mindset, right? We could have a negative mindset. So we can try to just think positive thoughts over in mindset. But if we don't address what's going on with the purpose element or maybe the career element, for example, it's just shoving it under the rug, right? So we don't want to do that. We always want to kind of get to the root cause of the issue. And that's what Wellness 360 helps us do, to see these interconnections. What else could be going on with mindset? Well, like we said earlier, I mean, if you're not the food element, if you're not eating the right foods for your brain, boy, you can be really foggy and not clearly thinking. And then that can lead to negativity. So there's so many things that affect mindset. I encourage you to discover that interconnection for you when it comes to Wellness 360. I also want to share with you briefly a story that's featured in Live Well, Dream Big about Janet Thompson Jackson, who went on her own journey with the element of mindset. She was somebody who experienced a lot of anxiety in her life, and it kind of ebbed and flowed throughout her life. She decided to go off to law school, and it really skyrocketed. And it really was a big part of her entire experience as she went through law school and stepped out to be a new lawyer. She says her anxiety followed her then. And it wasn't until she started helping law students later in her career that she started to see, wow, they were going through many of the same stressors and imbalances with their mindset that she had experienced. And she started helping them, and she realized how this was helping herself. And then she saw this kind of light bulb moment where she's like, wow, maybe this is something I'm meant to do, is help other people with mindset. So as a wellness coach with the IAWP, she really went on a deep dive through the element of mindset and changed a lot in her life. I won't give away the entire story, but check it out in the guidebook and you can learn more. She truly believes that high performing people can alter their mindset to allow them to not just survive, but to truly thrive. So I love her story. And I hope you enjoyed today's Burnout Buster tips and our read aloud. And I will see you back here next time. Remember, just do one thing that you heard today, make that small shift. Talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me for today's episode of Live Well, Dream Big. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation. And I want to invite you to take your next step toward living well and dreaming big by downloading the Live Well, Dream Big lifestyle book. It's the ultimate guide to becoming your best self and living life on your own terms. You can grab your complimentary copy by going to the link in the show notes or heading directly to iawpwellnesscoach.com/guide. That's iawpwellnesscoach.com/guide.